Okay, folks, so round 4, game 1, up against ImpinAintEasy. Um, this is for the money. We're both 2-1. He's playing Bant fish, um, and I'm going to be on the play. And on top of that, uh, he's about to mulligan to 5. Um, so things looking pretty good for me. Good hand. Um, should definitely favor me here. Um, Lead with the turn 1 golem, and gets force of willed. So essentially, now made a mulligan to 4. Um, so we have big time card advantage. Still have a batter skull. Feeling pretty good. So here we are. I have a lot of things I'm considering. A misplay I make is going to be playing this chalice, which is pretty unfortunate. I probably should have just gone batter skull and tried to beat him in the face. Instead, I play the chalice. I guess I'm thinking that he's playing hate bears. When I previewed, that's kind of what I saw. But the force of will, the cold eye Selkie, I should know better. He's playing Bant. He has 3 drops. So the chalice was a bad play. It'll come back to haunt me. I should have played the Thorn of Amethyst and probably the batter skull. Don't know what I guess I was thinking I was against bears. And that I was really shutting them off. So this is pretty bad. The middle worker just draw the swords to plowshares, which is nice. Although, had he plowed the batter skull, that would have been fine too. 4 life, and just need 1 mana source to bounce him. So, draw the welder. I have no red source, which is a little unfortunate. So I'll play the batter skull. I wish the Thorn of Amethyst were in play. That's really going to kill me here. But I got a batter skull for now. He's pretty much gotten stabilized as much as you can be against a batter skull. At this point, pretty sure this is the Noble Hierarch. This comes down to 4/4. That's rough. Mana Vault. So that's my bounce mana for the batter skull. I attack, offer the trade. He doesn't take it, and this is probably a misplay. Should have tapped the workshop for the vault, but I mean it's probably irrelevant. Here's where the Thorn of Amethyst. He brings out scenes for 2. Gaining the Caselli Pride Mage. You couldn't have done that if I'd had the Amethyst in play. I could have easily cast the Chalice for 2 last turn. So I draw into the Golem, throw it down. Basically offering bait for the Pride Mage. I don't attack in the Knight, that's going to pump itself. He's going to go up to a 6/6 this turn and get a little out of hand. At this point, my only outs main deck is my Singleton Spine of Issa. I could tap him down once or twice with the Staff of Domination, but that's a real problem. He Pride Mages a batter skull. I go to bounce it, and I get wrecked with a Stifle. Ouch. So the batter skull's gone. I've lost my lifelink, and I'm getting blinked 1 a turn from the Mana Vault, and taking like a billion from the Knight of the Reliquary. should have the Thorn of Amethyst in play. Draw another welder, which does nothing. Go ahead and swing with the golem, get him to 7. So the game's not lost, but it's not looking good either. Eat another 7 from the knight. Only 2 cards in hand, so there's hope. Another point for the mana vault. Draw a red source. So now we have a welder in play. I can maybe recover, pitch the mana vault so I'm not taking the damage, and get the Batterskull back. And then maybe in the next turn get the Lodestone Golem back. At least put him in a position where he can't attack profitably. I get my first Golem plowed, which is alright, I guess. I'm still hoping to get the Batterskull back. The Wasteland comes down, takes away my red source, which is unfortunate for the second welder. But I can get that back too in time, if I can just stabilize. So, I 8 damage from the knight, and pretty much all in on returning Batterskull. I respond to the Mana Vault trigger by attempting to weld into Batterskull, and it gets stifled. So, wrecked by 2 stifles. Draw Strip Mine. Strip Mine doesn't do anything, and I have no blockers, and I lose. Pretty unfortunate. I was thinking bears, so I was thinking the Thorn wouldn't do anything, and I should have been thinking fish. That Thorn of Amethyst would have made a big difference, but was not to be. So, on to game 2. Alright, so game 2, on to play. I went and got my 3 Triskelions. I think I even got the 3 duplicates. I pulled the Spine, I'm sure. I think I pulled the Thorn of Amethyst. I forget what else I pulled. So, we're Workshop, Mana Crypt, Opal, Crucible, Revoker, Sphere. Like, this is a keeper. So, he bowls to 6. I lead with the Crucible. It lands. Crypt. Sphere. Actually, Opal. Figured that out first. Then the Sphere. So, here we are. Turn 1. I've got protection from Wasteland. I've got 6 mana on the board. And I have them locked under a Sphere. Unfortunately, I only have 2 Revokers. If I draw anything, even a duplicate without a target, I can really get something going here. Batterskull, Worm Coils, Lodestone Golem, lots and lots of beats. I draw another Crucible. So, I'll play a Revoker. And I don't know why he fetched, but so 1 goes to Primage, 1 goes to Noble Hierarch. Expecting maybe a turn 2 Hierarch to try to dig him out, try to cut off his mana supply. But I've got to get something going. I've got to start swinging. Put a clock on him. So, Trinisphere. So, get Spell Pierced. Funny enough, I've got mana for the Spell Pierce. I don't know if you realize that, but I do. So, now I've got him in a Trinisphere and a Sphere of Resistance. Swinging. If he just doesn't hit any land drops, I'll win this game. No land drop. I could use a big beater. I am kind of racing my own crypt here. Draw the welder. Welder's nice. Play the welder. I'm sure I'll play the second Crucible as well. Oh, not this turn. We'll have to wait till next turn. So, it gets to a third land. So now, any 2-mana casting cost spell is turned on, which is cause for concern. He can Nature's Claim, he can Plow. I'm just going to keep aggressive at this point. Wasteland for him is as bad for him as it is for me. Worse now that I have a Metalworker. So I swing for 5. And I have lethal with 2 Revokers, Welder, Metalworker represented on board. He end of turn can't do anything with just those 2 lands. I think he's forgotten about the Trinisphere. Something. Evidently he's paused. Weird. Okay, something weird going on with the replay here. Let's hit the fast forward button. Okay, so he didn't do anything because he couldn't do anything without cracking that fetch. And this did not end up a draw. I won this game. Weird. So that's game 2. Going to game 3, I'll be on the draw and playing for the money. Okay, folks. So game 3. I just remembered how game 2 ended. He actually did land. He might have played a knight or something, and I actually just ended up swinging in with everything and kind of playing into a 2-turn kill with all my little chumps, which worked out. It was probably a little aggressive, but it panned out all right. So game 3, got a Wasteland, Tomb, Furnace, Red Mana Source, and a Welder. That makes me happy, even an Opal. Unfortunately, we don't have a very cohesive turn 1 play. I can't string together anything super impressive turn 1, and that is cause for concern, but not cause to shift the hand, not even on the draw. And you never know. Like, if I draw a Lodestone Golem, this looks a lot better. I don't. So, I just lead Wasteland, especially into the no play. He could stifle my Wasteland, I'm sure, which would have been bad. But instead, I get him to play a Brainstorm on my turn, which is, suboptimal use of Brainstorm. So, not too bad. Still land comes down with another land. So, just Revoker. Like, I don't have anything stellar. I do have, I even get him to, like, that is by far the best thing that could happen to me on this turn 2. That's the worst thing that could have happened, but it is what it is. So, I'm significantly up card advantage. I've taken out 2 of his lands, so I'm tempoing him. Already, I feel like I'm on the play. So I bring down the Vault. I'll Vault in the Metalworker. The Opal will be turned on. He claims the Vault in response to the Opal, so I don't turn the Opal on. But I tap it for mana, cast the Metalworker, turn my Opal on anyway, and get my Welder down. So now I'm 2 cards to 3 in hand, but I have a board presence. I have a Wormcoil Engine in hand the means to cast it. So, and on top of that, I have the welder to fetch out either the Phyrexian Invoker or the Mana Vault. So, feel pretty good here. He drops second land, Lavamancer. And that's it. And I draw top deck mode. Triskelion, top deck of the century. So, Wurmcoil is no longer the plan. The plan obviously is now to play Triskelion. I end up flashing him the Wurmcoil to avoid taking the 2 damage off the Ancient Tomb. And my phone's ringing, so I'll be right back, folks. Okay, that was a, telemarketer under the guise of a local, or not a local, but a long-distance phone number. I get those a lot. So, I don't know why I did this. So I took the 2 anyway, left 2 red mana up. I don't know. That was a bad play. Yeah, I should have tapped those 2 to cast the Triskelion. So I took 2 unnecessary points of damage. But I did bring down Triskelion and immediately plink away the Lavamancer. Which is what's important here. I don't swing because I want the welder up to respond to a Nature's Claim. Or something silly like a Strip Mine on a Great Furnace. But he doesn't do that, to his credit. So, that goes. And end of turn, I'll turn my Opal into a Mana Vault. So, right here, I have the Wurmcoil up. He knows I have it, but now I can cast it. On top of that, I get a Strip Mine. And I take out his green source. I'm worried about Plow. I'm worried about Nature's Claim. So, I go ahead and pass priority, swing with the Triskelion, just in case he does try to plow my Triskelion there. I can respond, I can plink him twice, sack it, bring back the Rager, or the Revoker rather. But he doesn't, so I go ahead and get my Beats for 3 on. And reveal my Wurmcoil Engine again. Tap my 4 mana. And drop my Wurmcoil. Looking pretty good. So, he annuls it. Okay. So, this is the value of Goblin Welder. Like, one of his 2 cards was a counter spell, which countered my Wurmcoil. But at the end of his turn, I'm just going to bring it back. Like, this Mana Vault, I have no desire to have him play. He brainstorms, so... Okay, makes a land drop. He's got 1 card left. Even if it's a Stifle, it's not the end of the world. He fetches into a Taiga. And reveals his last card to be a Grim Lavamancer. So... At the end of the turn, I weld away the vault into the Wurmcoil. And on my turn, I untap, I draw the Golem. So, I don't know if I'm going to make the aggressive play to try to bring the Golem into play. Actually, I think I do. So I plink it away, because I don't want him soaking up the 6 damage from the Wurmcoil. Okay. I tap the Furnace to bring the Vault in play. To bring down the Lodestone. Go to combat. Swing. With the Metalworker, even deal 9, gain 6, pass turn. And bring home the win. So I made it. I got 3-1 in the money, despite conceding the game that I had won. Some misplays, some challenging lines of play. Being destroyed down to a Phyrexian Revoker against an unknown deck. This deck pulled me through because it certainly wasn't my play. The deck is good. 3 Batter Skulls was nice. I actually did find myself desiring Spine of Ishsa. Not when I actually drew it, but it was an out. So, um, happy with the deck. The big thing is I'm still in so much trouble against Oath unless I get the play and I get the nuts. Um, so do have to work on that. But 3-1 at event. I'm 3 for 3 and making the money playing with the Toolbox deck. Um, so happy. Got my name on Daily MTG again. Thanks for watching, folks. And who knows when the next videos will be. Who knew we would launch a daily event on a Monday night? So, who knows? Bye.